Hello everyone. Welcome. I am a couple of minutes early today. Let's just... So, how many of you noticed the name change? Make sure the volume is off here. All right. So today we are going to be working on a custom sign that I had a request for to put on their coffee bar. So I've got this piece of wood. It's actually a countertop that we cut down. And I think I posted pictures the other day. I stained some gray. We're going to use that for night tables. And then I had some extra pieces left. And I was asked to make this sign, so I thought, why not do it live? Hey, Patsy. So this is going to be for their coffee bar. So I sanded it down a little bit. And because it's raw wood, I'm going to wax it first. So I'm just going to take some of my paste finishing wax, and I'm using a natural color. And I'm just going to go over the whole surface. Just give it a nice wax. Get it prepped. And that's all you need. I'm just going to buff that in. And it did change the color a little bit. It just makes it not so dull. So we'll put that aside. Whoops. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use tape for this. I'm actually going to do it a different way. So the first one I want is the W, and I'm going to place it up near the top so that I can space this out properly. And I think that's probably where I want my first word to be. And the second one I'm going to put right underneath. And I'm going to put it right so that the top of my transfer is right underneath the first letter. If you can see that. And then the next one. Right underneath that. And I'm kind of using the semicircles to make sure that all the letters start in the same spot. And then the last one. And this is going to show me whether my spacing from top to bottom is good, and then I can adjust from there. But I think this is going to be just perfect. That one was kind of crooked. There we go. Okay, so this is where my 4 words are going to start, just off the side of the board. And now I'm going to do these ones and dry it, and then I can work across the board with the other words. And I'm using black. I'm going to grab a little bit of chalk paste and do each letter. I'm not doing the semicircles like I've showed before, where you use those to line up the next letter. I'm just doing the letters. So all the way across. And I'm just putting the smallest amount of chalk paste on here. It's not going to need a lot. And because I'm reusing some of these letters, I'm going to be washing them in between, just so that I have a nice clean silk screen area. Okay, so now we're going to peel these off. And they're all going to come off together, hopefully. There we go. And then let's clean these. I got a little bit on the edge here, but once that's dry, I can use my detail tool and just scrape it. So I'm not going to worry about that. Grab a Lysol wipe. And it's always easier to clean them right after you use them. So it's a good habit to get into. We are going to need this again. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it's going to say. It's pretty funny. You will just have to watch and see. When she sent me the message, I was like, okay, if that's what you want. That works for me. We'll get that clean. The most important part is cleaning the back, because you don't want to put it down and have black chalk paste smudge. All right, that is good. So I'm just going to put that aside. Now we're going to work on the top word. And let's just make sure it's dry, because you don't want to put the transfer down next to it and have the chalk paste come up. So this is the detail tool. If you pull off this little end, it's got a pointy little, it's a harder silicone. And we'll just scrape that there. And that's perfect. And it also helps because I waxed it. It comes off a lot easier. Once I'm done, I am going to seal it so it won't come off. All right, so now we will line this up right next to the first letter. And this is a skinny font, so it is going to be quite close together. We'll grab some more chalk paste. Get that all on there. Pull that up. Give it a clean, because I am going to be using this letter again. And now I'm going to dry this. So this process does take a little bit of time, but it's so worth it in the end. Okay, now I need my next letter. Line that up. And you can flip one side to see how close you are to the previous letter. So this font is almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with Rae Dunn. It's kind of her style. Skinny font. Make sure you get it all covered. Peel it off. Now I don't need this letter again, but I'm going to clean it off anyways. All right, now we're going to dry this. And now I need the E. Line that up. Flip the side just to see how close you are. And then squeegee across there. And we are using this one again. Put that aside. Try this. All right, next letter. You guys can probably see kind of an idea of what this is going to be. So this one's going to be a little further away. That all covered. There we go. I'm spelling this as I go in my head. Making sure that I'm spelling it right. Let's give this a dry. If you guys have any questions as I go, just let me know. And if you're watching on replay, just pop your questions in the comments and I will respond to you. So you guys can see that this first one is going to be Wake Up. A little bit more chalk paste. I think I'm going to start using the multi-tool because you don't really need a big squeegee for this. Multi-tool is much easier. And it looks like I forgot to clean my multi-tool the last time I used it. Now with our new Creamy Dreamy chalk pastes that are being shipped out, you don't want to leave your chalk paste drying on the your tools or the transfers because it does dry a little bit harder than the old formula, which is a good thing. You also have a longer working time with the new chalk paste. So it'll be almost like using ink, which is pretty cool. Especially for somebody that's just trying it out. You don't have to rush through the project. Not that you really have to rush through now, but it just gives you a little bit more working time. Okay, so we got the first word done. And I notice my C is a little bit off, so I'm just going to scrape that a bit. And now we're going to start working on the second one. So you want to line it up. Flip the side just to see how close you are. I'm going to grab a little bit of... Oh yeah, the multi-tool is so much better for this because it's such a small area. And you don't have to worry about going outside your line. There we go. Clean that off. Hey, Marie. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I'm just going to dry this before I put the next letter down. And the next one is here. So this one is going to say coffee. You probably already guessed that. That needs to be just a smidge closer. There we go. And I'm going to use this one twice. So pick it up. I do have to dry this first before I put it down again. My day is going good, Marie. It is going good. It was strange being on a little bit earlier. I really had to think about my morning. But I think it's kind of nice to break it up a bit. And clean that off. So you can see the process of doing the lettering. It takes a little bit longer, but you can customize your stuff to whatever you want, which is really cool. I was going to do it in the bigger font, but it would have taken up way too much space. But I think this is going to look good. It is going to look good. So the E I need to use twice. And I'm going to dry it first. I had to stop and think for a second. I wondered if I spelled coffee right. Do you ever have one of those days where you're just not sure? I do that all the time. All right. Now, clean that off. And put that aside because we are going to use it again. Awesome. A-W-E-S-O-M-E, or is it A-W-S-O-M-E? I know how to spell wine too. Hey, Sam. I think I am. I don't know. I ended up cutting it a couple of weeks ago because it just didn't look right. But I think I am. That's what I thought. Thanks, Sam. Last thing I want to do is spell it wrong on here. Okay, so we've got wake up, coffee. Now, this is the one that makes me laugh. But this is what she wants. It's her house. She can put whatever sign she wants in it. Too funny. How's the baby doing, Sam? I bet he's getting big already. We're going to put this down again. So put it right beside. Right there, I think. A little bit more chalk paste. Like, we've hardly gone through any chalk paste for this. It really does go a long way. Okay, clean that off. And put that aside. Grab another little wipe here. And did I dry that already? I probably didn't. I bet he does. I bet he does. I just miss snuggles with my grandbabies. One just turned 4 yesterday. The other one turned 1 a couple weeks ago. I had one turn 19. Talk about making you feel old. There we go. So far we've got Wake Up, Coffee, Poop, and the last one is going to be Awesome. And then I think I'll put a coffee cup on the side and maybe the heart, the latte heart down at the bottom by Be Awesome. I hope she likes it. This is what she wants, so I'm sure it will be fine. Get a little more. On there. And we are going to use this letter a couple more times, so we'll get it nice and clean. And we need to dry this. And now we need an A. And we're going to space this a little bit further away because it's the start of a new word. Grab a little bit of chalk paste. So you can totally use this font without using the registration marks, the semicircles, and have it look just as good. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can always line up a piece of tape along the bottom or top edge and line your letters up that way. That works too. I think I might put some marks at the beginning, like bullet points, just to kind of bring it all together. Check my spacing. Oops, that slid. There we go. Perfect. This is actually fitting really good on here. I'm happy with it. And get the E on here. Now I don't know if I should do the coffee cup in black or if I should add some color to it. I don't really know what her colors are. That is a tough one. I have to think about that. Although just having it black would just make it kind of go together without knowing colors. Need the S. Line that up. Yeah, maybe just doing it in black. I don't need that again, so we'll just leave that. I'm kind of wondering if that's spaced too far apart. I think it might be. I think it might be, so I'm going to erase this one spot. Just using a Lysol wipe. And that is also one of the benefits of having waxed my board first. I can take this off. I'll just use my board eraser. And it's completely gone. Now there would have been some staining if I hadn't waxed it first. So just give it a dry. And then we'll put this back down again. And add it just a smidge closer. That's better. Don't you just love that you can erase? That's better. Okay, next letter. Get the O on here. And flip up the side and check for distance. There we go. I was worried about this phrase here, that it was going to end up being too close to the edge, but I think it's okay. Let's try that. And where's my M? Line that up. Get some more chalk paste. And the E. Then we can add some embellishments. Last letter. Yay. All right. Let's just get those cleaned up before they dry in the silk screen. They'll still get clean, but it's just not as easy of a job. And you'll notice that the transfers are stained on the outside. Anytime I use black or red or anything with a really strong pigment in it, it'll stain the transfer, but it doesn't affect how the transfer works for future. As long as you get that silk screen area clean, then it is perfectly fine. Get that. All right, one more. I thought I had a transfer with coffee beans. I thought that would have been perfect on here, but I cannot remember what it was called. Okay, so we're going to use a day without coffee. So I think I'm going to use the coffee cup and put that right about there. And then we'll do this one down here. I think it almost needs to be centered because I'm only doing 2. What do you guys think? Hey, Serena. Hey, Karen. Teal, I know. If it was for me, Marie, I would definitely do teal. But I don't know what her colors are. And I don't think guava would show up. Storm probably wouldn't show up either. Buttermilk will blend in too much. I think red would blend in with the wood too much too. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is a struggle. This is a struggle. Oh, what about rosewood? What do you guys think of rosewood? Because then it's kind of there, it's subtle. Hey, Bethsaida, how are you? Let's try rosewood. If it doesn't work, we can always take it off. Oh my goodness, that's hard. Just to add a little bit of water to this and give it a little mix. This is one thing that you're never going to have to deal with our new creamy, dreamy chalk paste. It's going to be awesome. They have tested a new formula for months, and it's absolutely amazing. I just got a new one in the white, and it's like so creamy, it's crazy. So I'm just giving this a good mix. And I'm using distilled water. You never want to put tap water in because sometimes tap water has bacteria in it. And the bacteria can cause mold in your chalk paste. And you don't want that. Let's get a little bit more. Okay, I do have, I'm going to show you the back. I have it on the back in black. So that's what the coffee cup would look like if it was in black. So let's try it in this, what did I say it was? Rosewood. We'll see what it looks like. If it's too, blends in too much, then we might switch it up. It's very, I don't know, it's almost washed out looking. What do you guys think? Is it too washed out? Should I just do it in black? I kind of like it in the black. Tell me your thoughts. Hey, Pam. Tell me your thoughts. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's almost too washed out with the rosewood. So let's do it black. Just going to put the lid back on this one. And we can put this right back down. Right over top. And it will be just fine. There we go. And maybe if I find that transfer that has the coffee beans, I can sprinkle some coffee beans on the board. That would look cute. Because this is going to go by their coffee bar. So there we go. I am going to seal this with a spray sealer because it's going to be in the kitchen. I don't want it to come off if they get water on it or try and wipe it clean. I think that's cute, and I think she's gonna love it. Custom order. You gotta give people what they want, right? Too funny. So I'm gonna wax again, then I'm gonna spray it. Just because this area here looks like, because I put a little bit of water on it, it's come off a bit. So that is it for today, my friends. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be back at 3 o'clock. And then Friday will be 12:30 again, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. Thank you. All right. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I'm going to go get ready for a Zoom call. Hey, Chandel. And have an awesome night. All right. Be safe. Bye for now.